Welcome back to the What the Fuck podcast. I'm your host, as always, Kyle, and today you guys are actually going to be my co-host slash guest. It's a little bit different than any other podcast episode we've done. I figured, you know what, we'll try this out. We have a bunch of emails from random people, mostly from the Spotify side I've figured out, and the previous episode with Tuned Up Media really did really good on Spotify, and we got a bunch of different emails in from that, and so I've gone through some of these, and it's really just kind of questions on cars and all of that good stuff. So without further ado, let's roll the intro and get right into this episode. All right, starting with Mike from Tulsa, Oklahoma. My tuner says my Audi misfire is normal. Hey guys, been listening for a while and I figured I'd ask because I don't know who else would give me a straight answer. I've got a 2016 S6 and I've already bought it tuned. Previous owner said it was stage 2 plus, whatever that means. Car pulls like crazy, but at idle it has this slight misfire every few seconds. Not enough to throw a code, but you can definitely feel it in the seat. My tuner told me these cars just do that sometimes. That seems like straight BS to me. But I'm not a mechanic. Am I about to window this motor, or am I seriously overthinking it? Much appreciations from Mike. Well, Mike, a couple different things it could be. So the S6, that's got the same motor as my S8, just the higher compression version. A couple different things I can really think of. One, the engine mounts in these cars are absolutely terrible. The factory engine mounts, that is. They do sort of this like oscillation against the engine vibrations, and when one goes out, it makes it feel a little funky. Check and see if there's any codes. If you have like a VAGCOM or an OBD11 or something, give that a look over. See if you have any codes regarding engine mounts. If not, I would look a little bit into probably spark plugs or stage 2 plus. What tuner has stage 2 plus? That's OTS. I don't know. The tune side of it, it's hard to say because I don't have any information on the tuner, unfortunately. I would probably check either spark plugs or for some sort of intake air leak. These cars are fairly sensitive to intake air leaks, no matter if they're small, huge, whatever. Other thing it could possibly be if it's not feeling the best during a pull, like you have like an underboost code or something. I mean, these cars do eat turbos, the oil screens go out and all of that BS. So I don't know. I would start with checking codes and probably replacing spark plugs, and then if not that, then maybe carbon cleaning perhaps. That's a little tough for that, but tuner telling you the cars just do that sometimes is a little funky. He should be trying to help you out regardless, but I hope that information can help you, Mike. On to our next guy here, Alex from Phoenix, Arizona. My friend put diesel in my WRX. Not even joking. My buddy borrowed my car last weekend and somehow put diesel in it. Don't know how, because the pump literally says diesel in giant green letters along with the giant green pump. He drove it about a mile before it died. We had it towed and the shop drained the tank, but now it runs like absolute bullshit. Odd word choice. Is this something that will clear up eventually, or is my engine basically fucked? Still trying to decide if I'm more mad or impressed. Well, your first issue, I feel, oh man, I don't know how people manage to do this. Don't ever let that guy borrow your car again. And in terms of it running like absolute, quote unquote, like running like absolute bullshit after draining the tank, odds are you probably still have some diesel in the fuel system, or maybe probably a clogged fuel filter, to be honest. I would definitely try to get the fuel filter changed, do a full flush, try and get all of that diesel out of that WRX. I'm surprised this one's not from like Oregon or something. That's usually the only place I see them. Anyways, no, your engine should be okay. It depends how hard he was driving it when it shut off, but you should be okay. Definitely try to purge all of those, all the diesel out of those lines. This next one, Danny from Tampa, Florida. Allegedly, I bought a built car and now I'm suspicious. It was a 2013 Mustang GT off of Marketplace that I bought a few months ago. Previous owner said that it had a built motor and it made around 700 horsepower. That's a red flag. What? Okay, whatever. Here's the weird part. It doesn't really feel that fast. My friend's stock Camaro SS keeps up with it, no problem. The car does have a supercharger, but I'm starting to think the guy might have exaggerated some things. Is there any way to actually tell if an engine is built without tearing it apart? Thanks, Danny. Well, Danny, first red flag there. To only be around the 700 horsepower mark, I don't think you need to build a Coyote. Even a Gen 1, I don't think you do. The other very red flag, the fact that it keeps up, or that a stock Camaro SS keeps up, either your friend is BSing you and he's got something going on, or he says it's got a supercharger, so did he tune it? Did he not have enough money to get it tuned, so he's on a stock Coyote? I don't know. I definitely think you should be getting more than 700 out of a built Coyote, but also I don't know why you would build a Coyote to only make that, especially if you're supercharging it. In terms of telling if it's built, not that I'm aware of. Ask the guy for receipts if you still have him on Facebook, or did he block you right after? If he blocked you right after, you got the short end of the stick there, man. Best of luck to you. I really hope you didn't pay an absorbent amount of money for that car either. Let's see. Joshua from Grand Rapids, Minnesota. I think my transmission is dying. Let me guess, it's probably a Silverado. I love the show so much, and I really hope you guys read this email. Well, you're on today's episode, my friend. Told you, Silverado. I've got a 2015 Silverado with about 120,000 miles, and I recently started doing this thing where it kind of shutters, torque converter, into third gear. Depending on, I think those came with either the 6L80 or the 88 or the 8L80 or 8L90 or something like that. Almost feels like driving over a rumble strip. Fluid was changed around 90,000 miles, so I thought it should be fine, but now I'm worried something bigger is going on. Is this a known thing with these trucks, or am I about to spend a few $1,000s? That's a known thing with those trucks, and you're about to spend a few $1,000s. I'm sorry, man, but this was a known issue from 14 to like 19, I'm pretty sure, on that car or that truck. It was an issue on, I believe, the 4.3, the V6s, all the way up to the 6.2s. And I don't know what transmission the 2500's got. I would imagine you probably have 1500. But if it's a 6-liter, I really don't know. I didn't do too much with Silverados, to be honest. But my parents actually had a 2017 Silverado. Had the same issue, 5.3. great engine. Didn't have any lifter issues or anything like that. But did have this kind of shudder, and it ended up being the torque converter that needed to be replaced. And it's not hard work. It's just, it sucks to do. It's expensive. More than likely you're running into something similar, whether it's torque converter or a band in the transmission. I believe the bands are known for wearing pretty quick. So it's a known thing, and you definitely might be spending a few $1,000s soon. I would go as far as to, if you want to have some power put down on it, build the transmission, man. Go for it. Best of luck to you. Tyler from Boise, Idaho. Is it normal for a turbo to whistle this loud? I've never heard somebody complain about that. But you know what? So be it. Recently installed a bigger turbo on my Focus ST with the help of a friend who mostly knows what he's doing. Scary. Car runs fine, but now the turbo whistles insanely loud even at low boost. Like people on the sidewalk turn their heads loud. Oh, it's an ST. Part of me thinks it sounds cool, but another part of me is worried that means something's wrong. Did we do something stupid, or is it just how bigger turbos sound? Well, Focus ST owners and their counterparts are known for some absorbently loud blow-off valves. Possibly what it is, if that's what your buddy did to your car. I've never heard of somebody complaining about a turbo whistle. Usually everybody's really hyped about it. I don't know anything about STs. I don't know anything about the aftermarket on them. You might be a little on your own there. I would say it's probably fine, to be honest. I hope your turbo is okay. Maybe, do you have any underboost issues, or is it pulling good? Is it pulling well still? If not, probably have a disconnected boost pipe or something, and you're just free spooling that thing. So hopefully you're good. What is with you guys and your buddies? Jeez, WRX and another guy that mostly knows what he's doing. Interesting. Let's see. Next one. Kevin from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Car makes boost but feels slow. Okay. Hey guys, got a 2015 GTI. I put an aftermarket turbo on about 6 months ago. Car definitely makes boost, and I could see it on the gauge, and you could definitely hear it spool, but it definitely doesn't feel very much faster than stock. What is happening? No check engine lights or anything like that, but he said maybe the wastegate is stuck, or I might have a boost leak somewhere. Just wondering if that's where you'd start, or if there's something else I should look at first. No check engine lights. Car makes boost but feels slow. No check engine lights or anything like that. 2015, was that when they were on electric actuators? If so, might be something along the lines of that. The wastegate actuator is electronic. It's a little motor. Those are known for being a big pain in the butt, and you have to recalibrate them after you take off the wastegate arm. So give that a look. That's a little tough there. Definitely see if you got a boost leak as well. It's just a good thing to do every so often. Things will slowly start to leak. So give that a look and write us back. I'm curious for you now. Brandon from Jacksonville, Florida. You're in our part of the woods. Ish. Dealer told me this noise is normal. Never trust a dealer when they tell you a noise is normal, alright? Hey guys, I've got a 19 Ram 1500 with about 40,000 miles. Recently started hearing this ticking noise from the motor when it's idling. Sounds like a sewing machine. I took it to the dealership and they told me all Hemis sound like that. Maybe I'm crazy, but it definitely don't sound like that when I bought it. Curious if anybody has dealt with this or the dealer is just brushing me off. Well, the first issue is you got a Mopar product. I don't mean to hate. I'm just not a fan. Let's see. I believe those have very loud lifters. Or it's piston slap. I'm not well versed in Mopars, to be honest. I would definitely take it somewhere to get checked out. And if it's not, I would definitely bring it back to the dealer. Unless you got it from a Ram dealer, then I would bring it into service and front sales the bill, I guess. I mean, like I said, man, your first issue is getting a Ram. I'm not a Hemi, man. Well, best of luck to you, Brandon. I hope that nothing like that. Hope it goes well for you. Might need to throw in some thicker oil, possibly. Anyways, on to the next guy. From Sacramento, California, we got Ethan. Bought wheels that definitely don't fit. I made an impulse decision and bought a set of wheels off of Marketplace because they were cheap and looked really good. My issue starts with not really checking the specs and how they stick out of the fenders by like 2 inches. Is rolling the fenders enough to make that work, or did I just waste a bunch of money? Rolling the fenders is not going to save you, man. I'm sorry, you can get maybe half an inch out of rolling fenders. Yeah, your best bet is making a body kit at this point. Yeah, man, you just wasted a bunch of money, man. Please check your offsets before you buy wheels. See what works. Hell, you can even buy like 3D printed offset. I believe it's like a little offset tool that simulates what your tire, or not your tire, but your wheel will be like with a certain amount of offset. It's got an adjuster and all of that. Yeah, man, rolling fenders is not going to save you. Your best bet is getting a wide body kit if you really want to keep the wheels, or making your own, or trading maybe. You're kind of in a tough spot with that, man. Check your offsets, my friends. We got Matt from Charlotte, North Carolina. My clutch lasted 2 weeks. Oh boy, another WRX. I installed a Stage 2 FE clutch in my 17 WRX about a month ago. First couple days, everything felt great. Then one night, I did a bunch of hard launches with some friends, and now the clutch slips whenever I get into boost. Shop that installed it said it must have been driver error. I'll admit, I was pretty stupid and wasn't really babying it, but 2 weeks seems ridiculous. Is that actually possible, or did something go wrong during the install? Please tell me I'm not an effing idiot. Well, how hard and how many hard launches did you do? Because a couple, in my eyes, means 2. In some other people's eyes, that means 10, 15, 20. And hard launches means, in my head, dumping the fuck out of the clutch and kind of just letting her eat. One night I did a couple hard clutch slips whenever I get into boost. Yeah, man, your clutch is probably toast. I'm not gonna lie. That, or you got it hot enough that you glazed the plates. I don't even know if that's a thing with clutches, to be honest. I feel like I've heard of that. Try changing out your master cylinder, or sorry, just your clutch fluid. master cylinder, slave cylinder. It's usually brake fluid, typically. Give that a shot. I'm curious. You might have. I don't think you messed anything up under the install if it survived a couple hard launches is. Yeah, give that a shot. Let's see. Ryan from Denver, Colorado. I think my buddy flashed the wrong tune. Oh. So my friend has HP tuners, and he convinced me he could tune my 6.2 Silverado. Ever since he flashed it, the truck idles rough and the fans run constantly, even when the engine is cold. Fuel mileage also dropped by like 6 miles per gallon. He insists that's because it's just making more power. Something tells me that's not right, especially because it's even slower. I think your buddy is maybe an idiot. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. He definitely flashed either something wrong or changed the wrong parameters. I mean, most novices that have HP tuners think they can run the world. I'm not saying it's difficult to tune a 6.2. It's definitely not crazy easy, especially with torque management and all that. How he managed to make the truck idle rough, and then what did this guy do to your tune? Why are the fans running constantly? How did your fuel mileage drop? If anything, a tune should make your gas mileage better when you're not in power enrichment on those cars, trucks, whatever, engines. You know what I mean. The GM stuff, they all have power enrichment. It's super simple to set up. Because it's making more power? No. I don't think that's the case. I think your buddy definitely flashed the wrong tune, or he is way too confident in his tuning abilities, and you should probably flash it back to stock, because that poor truck is probably running real rich, and yeah, I don't know what he could have done. Maybe he took a base file off the repository and said, yeah, man, this will make good power, but he didn't look at the memos or the notes, and turns out it was like a supercharged 6.2. I don't know. I have no clue. Best of luck to you, man. Best of luck to you. Please get a proper tuner. Let's see, got another Florida peep here. Chris from Orlando. Automatic car downshifts way too aggressively. I've got an 18 S4. Okay. Oh, 18. That would have been B9. And lately the transmission has been downshifting really hard when I slow down. Like it almost feels like someone lightly taps the brakes. No warning lights or anything, but it definitely wasn't doing this a few months ago. Fluid has never changed as far as I know, and the car is about 75,000 miles. Just wondering if that should be related or if something else might be going on. Well, here's the thing. First off, with the whole fluid thing, Audi says on that car that it is a quote-unquote lifetime fluid. Lifetime, in Audi's eyes, is till the end of the warranty period. It's about 50,000 miles. Definitely change the fluid. It's a good start. Do a trans relearn. Really hard. Slow down. Yeah, man, I would definitely try to do a transmission relearn after flushing the fluid. If the transmission's tuned, it's possible maybe something's up with that. I mean, most transmission tunes, if they're from a reputable guy, they usually never have any issues. Flush the fluid, let me know. Write us back. Jake from Columbus, Ohio. My dad's truck and I don't know what to do with it. My dad passed away last year, and I ended up with his 2004 Silverado. Sorry for your loss, man. That's really, really tough. Let's see. It's nothing crazy, just a regular work truck with about 210,000 miles. The thing is, he absolutely loved that truck. Washed it every weekend, loved it. I'm not really a truck guy, and honestly, it just sits in the driveway most of the time. Part of me feels like I should sell it because I barely use it, but another part of me feels weird even thinking about doing so. Did you ever deal with something like that? Just curious what you do. Um, I never dealt with like a loss and like having a vehicle handed down from that. Um, I guess it depends how sentimental you are. I mean, if you think it's going to go to a better owner who will take that great care of it, then I would sell it. But if it's a very sentimental thing to you, even if you don't use it, I would hold on to it. Maybe take it, for a little. I mean, I know it's a truck, but take it for a little joyride on the weekend every so often, or even just drive it around, get the fluids moving in it. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of a personal thing, right? Like if that's if you want to hold on to it, I'd hold on to it. If you don't really want to and you think somebody else could take better care of it, I mean, sell it, man. Sorry for your loss. That's losing your dad is a very, very difficult thing, man. Best of luck to you. Best wishes. Let's see. Tyler from Austin, Texas. My girlfriend hates my project car. Hey guys, so I've got this 1998 BMW 328 E36. Great car. It was supposed to be a quick project and somehow turned into a 5-year saga. Engine out twice, interior half apart, random parts constantly showing up at the house. Huh. My girlfriend finally told me last night she thinks my car is a symbol of unfinished business in my life. I feel like this is turning into a therapy podcast, which honestly felt way deeper than I expected a car argument to get. Just wondering if anybody else has had a project car slowly become a relationship issue. Should I pick her or the car? LOL, just kidding. Well, I mean, here's my thing, right? I've gotten into these arguments in the past. Actually, I had an E46 I got into this argument with my ex. There's a reason she's the ex. It's the best way to put it. Nah, man. On a serious note, I mean, it's your project car, man. If she can't appreciate your hobby, that's just my opinion on it. This is a very strong opinion because my fiance Hannah, she supports all of my terrible financial decisions with project cars and all that. I think she should be okay with whatever it is whatever project car you like to hold on to. It's a hobby, right? Like, you're not going out, well, I don't know. I mean, the way it works in my head is, well, while you're working on the car at home, you're not out at the club. I mean, she could, one thing that me and Hannah do is we all work on the car. I've got a little shop computer out in the garage. She could play her Minecraft or her Roblox or listen to her music or draw or whatever it is if she wants to hang out and all that with me out in the garage. I'd maybe try to bring something up like that. I think that might make maybe a little bit closer with the car and all that, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it's a little interesting. It definitely can be dicey. I've heard buddies talking about stuff like that before, so give it a shot. Yeah, this definitely feels like a therapy podcast now. Another from Boise, Idaho. Matt. First car I bought with my own money. I'm 19 and bought my first car that wasn't handed down from my parents. It's a 12 Civic Si with like 130,000 miles. Nothing crazy, but I'm stupid proud of it. Good job, man. That's awesome. It's good to buy your own car and to kind of work hard for your stuff. Let's see. Spent the whole first week just driving around for no reason. I know that feeling. My friends keep telling me I should start modding it, but honestly, I kind of like how it is right now. Feels like I finally have something that's actually mine. Anyway, just wanted to say the podcast helped me get into cars more. Hey, I'm very happy about that, Matt. I appreciate that. I'm glad that we could do that for you. In terms of modding it, I mean, if you don't want to do anything to it, keep it how it is. That car is perfectly capable in stock form. It's kind of relieving to hear somebody with a Civic hasn't loped the resonator and muffler off and put a quote-unquote cold air intake that sits on top of the exhaust manifold. Yeah, I mean, I think leaving it stock is more than fine. I mean, go take it out on the twisties, man. Get a good set of tires. Boom, that's all you need. The car is perfectly set up to have some fun. So, I'm glad that we helped you get into cars more. That's really cool to hear. Let's see. Brian from Buffalo, New York. I might have to sell the car I worked years for. Hey guys, I have a 16 Corvette since 2021. Saved for years to get it, and it's basically my dream car. Problem is, my wife and I found out we're having our second kid, and suddenly the idea of a 2-seat sports car feels a lot less practical. I know the responsible move is probably selling it and getting something bigger, but man, that's a tough pill to swallow. Curious if you had to give... Sorry. Previous if you had to give up a car you loved because life changed. Brian. Actually, yes. And we recently had to do this, right? So, before we moved down to Florida, Hannah had a D3 S8, the V10 5.2. People say it's Lamborghini derived. There's a big argument. Anyway, saying it's not Lamborghini derived, or it is. If it is, if it isn't, whatever. Anyway, so that car was Hannah's dream car, and we ended up having to sell it because, I mean, we had the S8 motorcycles and my S8, the D4 motorcycles, and my truck and trailer that we had to bring down in one full swoop. We weren't making multiple trips. It was just way too expensive. So we decided, we're like, you know what? We'll sell it. We'll save the money. We'll keep it, whatever we need to do with it. So we sold it. We regret the living shit out of it. That car was so awesome. It was so awesome. I wish we would have just paid for a plane ticket and the $1,000 in gas to drive it across the country, but we didn't. I would say it's, if you can afford to get maybe not a fixer-upper, but just like a cheaper family car, I guess, do it. You will regret getting rid of the Corvette when it's just you and your wife, or even like down the line. Let's see. I mean, even just taking your kid out in the Corvette, I'm sure is a blast. I would hold on to it. Don't get rid of it, please. You will regret it. At least in my opinion, you will. Best of luck to you. We regret getting rid of the S8 every day. Yeah, hold on to it. Dylan from Reno, Nevada. The car that got me through a rough year. Last year was really brutal for me. Lost my job, went through a breakup, the whole deal. Weirdly enough, the weird thing that kept me sane was working on my old Miata in the garage, in A or in B. Let's see. Nothing fancy, just cleaning things up and fixing small stuff. There's something about turning a wrench and seeing a problem actually get solved that helped when the rest of life kind of felt chaotic. Now the car runs better than ever, and it has me doing better. Just thought I'd share that. I appreciate you sharing that. I'm happy you're in a better spot, man. You'll go through those rough patches. Just keep your head up. Like you said, just work on your car. It's all we do, man. It's all we do. Best of luck to you, man. Aaron from Louisville, Kentucky. I regret selling my first car. Louisville. Oh, I'm thinking of Louisiana, like Popeyes. I really regret this decision. Random question, but do you ever stop thinking about your first car? Mine was a 1997 Honda Accord. Total beater, but it was my freedom machine in high school. Road trips with friends, late night drives, all that good stuff. Sold it when I was 20 for $1,500, and at the time it felt like a normal, great decision. Now I'm 32, and once in a while I catch myself wondering if it's still out there somewhere. I do stop thinking about it. It wasn't anything really special in my opinion. I mean, it was a great car. It was cool. I had a 2004 Ford Focus SVT. And it, like I said, it was neat, but I wrecked it 3 weeks after owning it. So I kind of just forgot about it at that point. And some first cars are way more sentimental than others. Like I know buddies of mine who still have their first car. and it's a straight monster. Nick from the last episode from Tuned Up Media, he still has his New Edge Mustang, and I believe it started just a regular 4.6, and he's swapped a SVT Cobra motor into it, the 4-valve, and I think he's doing a supercharger upgrade this weekend, actually. And I mean, some people swear by their first car, some people can give less than a damn. So I think it's completely normal to think about your first car. I know that my car's to nowhere. It's in a scrapyard. Try to search up the VIN. You'd be surprised sometimes. Let's see. I kind of enjoy this. This whole email thing is really neat. I appreciate you guys sending in a bunch of emails and all of that good stuff. Let's see. I put them into a couple different categories here. Let's see. Here is the funny stories one. Oh, sorry. Sitting in this lawn chair. All right. Let's see. Danny from Mobile, Alabama. My friend tried to weight reduce my car. Hey guys, left my 2008 Civic at my buddy's house while I was out of town because he has a bigger driveway. Came back 3 days later and the rear seats were gone. He proudly told me he removed them for weight reduction. Best part is he doesn't even own tools, so he apparently used... What? He apparently used a pair of pliers and a butter knife from his kitchen? What is this email? Is this a troll email? Seats are technically out, but now this car smells weird like spilled Dr. Pepper, and the seat bolts are somewhere in his yard. Danny, what the hell did I just read? First off, how did you even remove the rear seats with a pair of pliers and a butter knife? Second, where did the Dr. Pepper spell go or come from, and how did you get seat bolts? How did you get the seat bolts out of the car with a fucking pair of pliers and a butter knife? That, you know what? Your buddy needs to be investigated for creativity. We could use some smarts like that. Give us an application over at support@vaughnraceworks.com. Let's see. Subject: Kyle from Omaha, Nebraska. The worst burnout attempt ever. Well, we got another Kyle, so let's see what you got. Absolutely love the show. Long-time listener since episode 1. Hey, I appreciate that. My friend insisted his V6 Charger could do a huge burnout, and I'm talking huge, if we just turned the traction control off. We were in an empty parking lot, so he floors it. Mind you, we were both about 16. Period. Car moves forward about 2 feet, hits a small patch of gravel, then immediately throws a rock straight through his own rear window? How the hell did you manage that? That doesn't make any sense. What? It had to have ricocheted off of something. We all sat there in silence for about 10 seconds before we said, well, that's unfortunate. Me and a couple buddies of mine have said that plenty of times. I'm still trying to figure out how you managed to ricochet a rock from the rear tires through the back window. That takes some real skill. We could use some skill like that planned wise. Shoot us an email. All right, on to the next. Marcus from Tallahassee, Florida. Another Florida peep. My buddy forgot the oil. That's it? Oh, it might help if I open the email. My friend just finished rebuilding his SBC, small block Chevy, and invited everyone over to watch the first startup. Whole garage packed with people. Everybody was pumped. He fires it up and everybody starts cheering. Engine sounds great for about 15 seconds. Then someone quietly asked, "Did you put oil in it yet?" Engine shut off immediately, but it was too late. Turns out the oil pan was still completely empty. We stared at the floor for a solid minute before saying, "Did anybody apply any assembly lube?" Marcus. I feel like some of these are troll emails, and I'm all for it. I feel like, no, if it's a rebuild and you don't have any assembly lube, I don't know. Your small block's cooked, man. Those bearings are done. Your rings are done. Oh, rings probably aren't, but bearings are definitely chafed. Eric from Spokane, Washington. We accidentally launched a hood, so my friend installed hood pins on his Subaru, typical Washington, but apparently never actually locked them. We get on the highway, and he decides to see how it feels at speed, quote unquote. About 70 mile an hour, the hood flips straight up, slams into the windshield, cracks the glass, rips completely off the car, goes flying down the freeway behind us like a giant metal frisbee, and then we hit a road sign because we couldn't see and veered off the road. Thankfully, nobody got hurt, but we had to pull over afterwards just to process what the hell happened. My buddy ended up getting a really big ticket because he smashed a highway sign somewhere on I-90. Eric. Well, what did we learn from that? Lock your hood pins if you're going to install them. That's unfortunate. I wish the best for you. Trevor from Bakersfield, California. I got some buddies out there. My buddy called the police on my turbo. Hey everybody, installed a remote mount turbo setup on my 350Z last month. Nice. It's loud and very insane. My neighbor apparently disagrees. What? My neighbor apparently disagrees because he called the police and told them that I was running a jet engine in my driveway. Cop shows up, asks me to start the car so he can hear it. Cop starts laughing and says my brother has the same setup. Then he asked me to rev it once before leaving. Trevor. These are very random, I'm not going to lie. Nate from Madison, Wisconsin. The most embarrassing tow I've ever had. Hey guys, long-time listener, love the show. I ran out of gas in my WRX last winter. What is with these people in WRXs? Last winter, about a mile from the gas station. No big deal, I'll just push it. Problem was the parking brake was still on and I didn't notice for about 200 feet. I was pushing as hard as I could, thinking, wow, this car is much heavier than I remember. A tow truck driver finally stopped to help, and the first thing he did was release the brake. Car rolled immediately. He didn't say anything, just shook his head and shook my hand. Wow. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm kind of speechless. Let's see. Let's go on to a different topic. These ones are a little goofy. Let's see. I got some tuning question ones on here as well. Let's see. All right. Brandon from Lakeland, Wisconsin. That sounds odd. Whatever. Car feels slower after my tune. Hey guys, I have a 2017 GTI that I just flashed with an IE Stage 1 tune last week. Everybody online, it says it should feel way faster, but honestly, it almost feels a little slower than before. Boost numbers look the same on the gauge, and there's no check engine light or anything. Throttle response feels kind of softer though, as there's something that could cause that after a flash, or am I just imagining things? Odds are you might have flashed a stock file back to the car, and it's just relearning everything. Definitely make sure you flash the right tune. IE's pretty solid on their E888 stuff, so give that a check. Cody from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Is it safe to run E30 on a stock fuel system? Hey guys, I recently went down to Sarasota, Florida and found this new Vue gas station that sells E30 from the pump. It is marketed as 94 octane. Okay, I know exactly where this fuel station is. It's about 30 minutes from me, about 10 minutes from my work. That fuel station, while it is true E30, I've tested it, the E85 is also true E85 every time I've gone. The E30 is not 93 mixed with ethanol. It is 87 mixed with ethanol. Okay, further on, let me finish the email. Got an 18 Mustang GT with a flex fuel tune available, but I haven't installed the sensor yet. My tuner said I could run around E30 safely even without upgrading the fuel system. I've seen mixed emotions online. Some people say it's totally fine while they're saying you're pushing the injectors too hard. Just wondering what your experience has been with that. E30, it's give or take, right? I mean, it really depends how... Well, no. Tulsa, Oklahoma. I don't know what the elevation is there. You might be okay if it's higher up in elevation. Actually, no. No, don't. If you have an E30 map, you can run it. That's fine. If you don't have an E30 map and it's just going off of a flex fuel sensor, do not run it. Your fuel trims will be way out of whack, and the car won't be too happy about that. It won't drive as great. It'll definitely be down on power. The car's not compensating at all. Usually you could run much more timing with ethanol. So now just wait to flash that tune or to run E30 until you have that sensor. So thanks for the input, Cody. Let's see. Mark from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Knock correction numbers confusing me. Uh-oh. Hey, everybody. My dynamic knock correction numbers on my 2015 WRX, after logging and installing a new tune, I keep seeing the values between -2 and -4. I thought these were on like a scale of like 0 to 1 on the WRXs. Okay, anyway. Car feels fine. There's no audible knock, and I'm not sure how concerned I should be about those numbers. Is a little bit of knock correction normal, or is that something I should talk to the tuner about adjusting? Your tuner should have corrected that to be no knock. Slightly concerning if you have some knock after just having the car tuned. I could see if you guys were still going through like data logs and still doing revisions. It's possible maybe knock sensor sensitivity is just too high. But I would definitely talk to your tuner about that. Just because you can't hear knock doesn't mean that there's not knock happening. On some cars it's hidden much better than others. Especially on a WRX, those boxer 4 cylinders. Let's say was it F820? I think in the 15. I can't remember. Those are already pretty prone to blowing up. I would send it back to your tuner just to be safe. Thanks for emailing us, Mark. Let's see. Josh from San Diego, California. AFR looks lean at high RPM. If it looks lean, it's probably lean. What's up? Just installed a bigger turbo on my ST. Damn, these ST guys. And got a base map for my tuner to start with. Car runs good overall, but when I check the logs, AFR creeps up to about 12.5 at higher RPM under full boost. I've always heard turbo cars should be richer than that, so it makes me a little nervous. Is that within a normal range, or is it something I should stop driving on until it's revised? It's not lean. It's on the leaner side for a turbo car. I usually target about 12.2 to 12.4, and it usually lands smack in the middle of that, about 12.3. Also depends on the fueling, though. It's not. I wouldn't call it lean. It's still a safe air fuel ratio as long as you're not, detonating or anything like that. You should be all right. I wouldn't beat the hell out of a base map repeatedly. I mean, it's a base map. It's just meant to really log data and get revisions out of. So do what you will with that information. Tyler from Indianapolis, Indiana. Transmission acting weird after an ECU tune. Hey guys, I tuned my 16 Audi S3 last month, nice E888, and the power increase is awesome, but the transmission started doing some weird stuff. Ooh. The DQ250 things. Sometimes it holds gears longer than it used to, and other times it downshifts kind of aggressively when slowing down. I only flashed the ECU, not the TCU. Could the extra torque be confusing the transmission programming, or is that unrelated? Under deceleration, it shouldn't be doing anything funny. Unless, well, actually, it's possible, because these transmissions are smart, it's possible you started driving the car more aggressively, and it's got a different aggression profile on the transmission. They call it like a driver ID on the DSGs or the ZFs. It's just possible that it's downshifting a little bit quicker because it thinks you're going to drive it a little bit more sporty or aggressive. Might be time for a DSG flush. I think it's every 40K on those. So give it a shot. Maybe try driving it really soft for a week, or if you don't have a scanner, just disconnect the battery for 10 minutes. Let the car kind of do its own relearn. Next up, Sean from Denver, Colorado. Can heat soak affect tuning that much? I believe it can. My car absolutely rips when it's cold outside, but feels very slow after driving around while in traffic. I know heat soak is a very big thing, but the difference feels pretty dramatic. Same tune, same fuel, just way less punch with it once everything gets hot. Would upgrading the intercooler really make that big of a difference, or is something else going on? Heat soak's going to happen regardless. Intercooler is not really going to fix that per se. It'll help, but it's not going to fix, sitting in traffic. It's just going to heat up regardless. The 4 liters and the Audis have a really big issue with it. The N54s have a really big issue with it. Any boosted car is really going to have issues with heat soak if you're just sitting in traffic for a while. Definitely, I would try. Well, I don't know. There might be some better cooling upgrades you could do for the car that might help with heat soak, but you can never really remove heat soak from the equation completely, especially once you're sitting in traffic. Yeah, best of luck to you. Oh man, dang, 52 minutes, holy crap. Well, I think I'm gonna end off this episode. This was actually really fun. I had a good time reading through your emails, and as always, I really do appreciate all of the feedback and emails that we do get. It means the absolute world. It's really cool to kind of interact with the viewers and all that with you guys. So yeah, feel free to send us some more. Shoot us an email at support@vaughnraceworks.com or at wtf@vaughnraceworks.com. And yeah, I'd be more than happy to read through some more in the future. Maybe we'll incorporate them before the video, or not before the video, but before the beginning of the episode or at the end of the episode. Yeah, really cool. I appreciate all the emails. Without further ado, I am going to head inside. It's about 1:30 in the morning, and yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep. I'll edit this to get some sleep. So thank you guys for listening in. As always, I will see you in the next episode. Take care, guys.